Tom, I can't believe you said you hate George Clinton.
You're the one that hated George Clinton. Don't throw me into this.
No, you tried to set me up.
Haters.
Yeah.
You literally said, I hate George Clinton, I hope he dies.
That's not true. Hello,
Why would you
welcome
want
back
kill George
to the Connor and Burger
The Connor
podcast.
Show. The Connor
The Conor and
Show
Burger
podcast.
podcast.
The Connor and Burger podcast, where Connor
Yeah.
It's
And-
me and my tortoise.
and his Tortoise Burger talk about cabbage.
Yes, and lettuce and all the good green things.
So
The
today-
right cucumber.
Today, I think you have a hot take, don't you, Connor? Or no, Burger has a hot take. He says the leaks are where it at. Okay, you guys still there?
I'm still here.
That went down like a lead balloon. Jesus. Okay, we're gonna talk about Flamagra and Apollo 21 today. Is Connor dead?
He's turned his mic off.
Maybe he's getting his tortoise.
Hang on, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
What the hell happened, dude?
Oh, I don't know. I think I meant to put the speaker on, but I turned my mic off instead.
You totally
I'm
got
so
me.
good with technology.
Okay.
So does Burger eat leaks or not?
Yeah.
No,
what's
he's
Burger's hot take?
no. I was gonna say he blew up when you just said leak. So thanks a lot. I have a dead tortoise in my hand now. That's like
I
you
don't think you can imply causation with that.
you can't say leaks around tortoises because they blow up. So well done, you've just killed my tortoise, and it's not even my tortoise; it's my friend's tortoise. So thanks a lot, Tom.
Leaks
You just-
killed tortoises.
Yeah, you just murdered my tortoise. Well done.
Damn it.
Congrats.
I can't find any evidence for this.
Well, I'll show you a picture of his dead corpse in a minute.
All right.
This
Um,
is nasty, man.
You're seeing some shit like a nom.
Alright, what about Flamagra, though?
So it's the sixth studio album by Flying Lotus, and it's the first one of his albums that I listened to. First one that Connor has listened to.
Noob.
Yep.
And Tom, you're a Fly Low veteran, so
Yeah,
I'm not
man.
going to ask you about his discography. Yeah, switch it up. I am going to ask you about his discography. How does it? I mean, he's done like all of his albums. How would you describe his music? Like,
Well, this is his
concisely?
longest album
By far,
quite a distance. They're usually about 40
at least 20 minutes. Yeah, but it's
not as many features or tracks. But
Oh, so you meant yeah.
it's usually a lot more instrumentally driven. And this one was as well. I mean, there's 27 songs on here. And there's about not even less than like about a quarter of them have features on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think was it Flying Lotus, like he kind of helps, like, not, I don't know if he helped create trip hop, but he definitely helped popularize trip hop in that this music, which is I heard someone talking about his music and how he's like his music on like Cosmogram or You're Dead or like his earlier projects and that, like it's so instrumentally dense. There's so much going on. The song might be like a minute and a half long, but there's so much going on, so much to pay attention to. It feels like a lot longer. And
Yeah,
this
they're all
one feels
fulfilling,
like-
even though a lot of them are like a minute and a half long on this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They all feel longer than they actually are.
yeah, Flamagra is. I describe it as like a sprawling art piece. It's definitely like it's going in new directions. It has more of like a lot more. I don't know if I think it has more motifs like over the thing. Like there's Thundercats all over this. Like you can hear him coming back. He's in
His
the
bass is on.
in and out.
I looked on the writers' credits. He's on 20 of the 27 songs.
Yeah, and
Or
I
is it
feel like
28?
I don't know. It might be 28 songs. It's really long. It feels like
It was
it
27.
feels often like very dreamy, like it's like a dreamscape, but then at times it like gets pretty nightmarish. I think it's a real it's a real trip. It's like, again, I think it's another like trippy concept album. And it's very cool.
I really like the way that it starts off with like these 3 densely instrumental songs before the first feature comes in, and I thought they were all spaced out quite well. I think only Yellow Belly into the Black Balloon reprise was the only time they went back to back. All the other times, they were spread out quite nicely.
Well, no. I mean,
you
it
got
goes
a wider range of features as well.
There's so many
very
people
well.
from like Denzel Curry to like David Lynch.
Oh my god, yeah.
Oh,
Solange and Shabazz Palaces, who I'd not heard from in ages.
Schoolboy Q as well.
No, he isn't.
Schoolboy Q?
No, okay.
No.
I thought I heard Schoolboy Q on one of the tracks. I was wrong. But
You got
to be fair,
Tori
one
Ma
of
here
the
as
tracks
well.
does sound like it's from Oxymoron. But I won't
But
go
one's
into
that?
that.
was the one after Fire is Coming?
Yeah, maybe. I can't actually remember which one, but I remember just thinking like that sounds like a track off Oxymoron. I don't know why though.
No,
Because he does. He has a lot of like instrumental, instrumental hip hop on the Oxymoron album. A lot of random stuff. But yeah, anyway, going back to the actual album that we're talking about.
Well, who do you think performed the best?
What features wise?
Yeah.
Tierra Whack. I'm gonna come out and say it.
I'd say Tierra Whack, but David Lynch scared me the most, so I'm going to say.
Yeah, David Lynch scared me the most. He's David.
Well, that. The Fire Is Coming was the first teaser track.
Yeah,
was it?
But it didn't have the instrumentation. It was just the story.
Yeah.
And it was really creepy.
Yeah, no, the instrumentation made it even weirder.
If this album is like a big trough into like a nightmare and then coming out of it, that is the bottom. That is the minimum point.
Oh
That's
yeah, that is
like
it is like the perfect sort of like maybe not quite interlude, but like sort of break up in the middle section of the album.
Also, I listened to that song before bed last night, and I really
you're an idiot. What the hell?
I just
I bet all you could imagine was that poor lady trying to clean her filthy plants.
Yeah, it was quite vivid actually. It wasn't nice, but set the scene definitely.
It reminded me of like just Razorhead, if we're going to talk about Lynch. Just how dark that is. That whole.
I don't think
track.
I've ever watched a David Lynch film.
That's fine.
Neither have I.
The weird but good. Yeah, they're not bad.
I think you've got the David Lynch one, then you've got the sort of Tierra Whack and George Clinton one that were the more wild and crazy.
Yeah, but that was another like
features.
A bad trip, man. I think I'd say
Wait, which one?
Yellow Bellies.
Yellow Belly.
I'd say like Tierra Whack is the best feature because not only does she say the craziest stuff, but I feel like they do the most with their feature. Denzel Curry is another great feature on Black Balloon's Reprise, but I mean they don't really do much with this feature. They put it in and it's a solid track. Don't get me wrong. But on Yellow Bellies, like they modulate Tierra Whack's voice. They have a lot of fun with it, and they do a lot more with it. And I think that's why they get more out of it, and that's why it's a better feature, to be honest.
Also, she sounds like 3 Stacks as well. From the.
What do you think?
I think not the whole track, but the first bit. It just reminded me of Andre 3000. I don't know why.
The Hey Darling bit?
Yeah, I think that.
Yeah.
The way they like made her voice all weird.
I see that.
I don't know, but yeah.
It was essentially. I mean I kind of feel like this album is like it's just like a super long journey. It tells like a story of an apocalypse or something, and then like Thundercat being all over this is kind of like a recurring like guide or safe spot, so you don't get like too
I'll say it again. He was on 20 of the 27 songs. That is an awful lot.
Definitely. It's
you can definitely hear his influence on the album. 100%.
Also had like
On,
Robert Glasper was on here with the pianos. And Herbie Hancock was on one of the songs.
Oh, really?
The Pilgrim name one.
Oh, yeah, I know, yeah. Oh, okay.
Pilgrim Side-Eye, I think it was called.
Yeah.
Thundercats bass lines in this, though, they were like super fast, like, blisteringly fast. I
thought his best performance was definitely the first song, Heroes.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Super, super fast. It's crazy. Then, like, more coming into that had, like, another great beat drop. I thought that was better after the drop, to be honest. Added another dimension. Then I had this mechanical rhythm, this groovy bass line, and Pac like really went off. Have you seen the music video to that?
To which one? Sorry.
More.
Oh no, I haven't actually. I haven't seen any
really
of the music videos.
It was by an
good.
anime.
The guy, the director of Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah.
And it's
interesting.
Anderson .Paak's a robot DJ in it, and it's really cool.
You know, the first song on the album, he uses like sound effects from this anime series. I can't remember what it's called. It's like, I don't know why I know this, but I read it that he's obviously into his anime quite a bit, as well as Thundercat, because
there was also an anime sample in the Black Balloon reprise as well.
Yeah. I mean, Denzel Curry is also a big fan of anime. He uses that a lot. So
that's funny.
Yeah.
It's there was, I think, Burning Down was another track that I wanted to talk about, just because it has this very like 70s or 80s feel, being so synth driven. Has this very like strong sense of tension and the style, and it's contrasted really well with Yellow Bellies, which is it's my favorite track. It has like just how it feels kind of sickly, like I don't know, it just feels like you're having a bad trip, man.
George Clinton always makes you feel like you're tripping out.
It's pretty tripping when he wrote it.
And this was the first feature I've heard him do where he also used a really high pitched voice that he used to use on lots of Parliament records. Just saying, "I'm on fire."
Yeah.
I know they used to come up with random things, man.
Yeah.
That was a good throwback for me.
Fire is...
I saw that Flying Lotus was talking about a lot of the songs when it came out, and he said that apparently George Clinton just speaks in freestyles. All he does is rap. He doesn't actually talk.
That doesn't surprise me too much. I mean, the stuff that he comes out with, it's like, yeah, you definitely didn't think about that. That was the first thing that came to your head after probably doing some kind of psychedelic.
Did you know?
It made me really glad that he was on here and Herbie Hancock was on here, because they're obvious influences for Flying Lotus.
Definitely, yeah.
Definitely. It's
even if he has created his own lane to a large extent.
Well, it's good that he's got two legends on there on the album.
There's I really like the latter half of this album, from Fire Is Coming up to like Land of Honey and through to the end.
Yeah,
I think I like all the songs apart from 2 on this whole album, so I like the whole.
No, definitely. I mean, I like the whole album,
much.
but I think that run from like Fire Is Coming onwards, it feels like I feel like it tells more of a story somewhat. I feel there is definitely a story going throughout the whole thing. But from Fire Is Coming, it's just all about an apocalypse, I'm pretty sure, and then kind of like basking in it. I loved the avant-garde violin on Say Something. Debbie is Depressed is like really
amazing song title.
Yeah. And,
when they keep saying
Debbie, yeah.
I think there was Thundercat singing on this song.
Yeah, but like Thundercat sounded like George Clinton.
Yeah, a little bit.
That's cool.
The only thing, so we've talked about all the things we love. Were there any tracks we weren't really feeling? I didn't really like the Little Dragon one that much.
I quite liked it.
Yeah, I don't think there's a single track which I really don't like. I think they're all good in their own way. They all feel like necessary.
I mean,
Yeah.
maybe
I don't know.
some
I
of
don't
the-
think. I don't think the final track had anything
No,
that I liked about it.
Well,
I thought
it's
Thank You.
just the
I thought
sound of
Thank
a
You Malcolm
fire.
would have been. I thought Thank You Malcolm would have been a much better closer.
I don't know. I think
Yeah, I agree actually.
I agree
And
with
having
the
that
final
title
track there to
put me in my
close it.
feels a bit as well. Because
No,
we all miss Mac Miller.
yeah. I
Rest in
just think
peace.
I'm gonna have to disagree with you on having it as the closer. I think that I think having it end the way it started with this burning kind of makes it come together a lot more, and it's again it's this whole like apocalypse vibe. It's like, the world's on fire, and Land of Honey is like this kind of like it seems like it kind of revels in it. The whole album, like on the latter part, that's what I'm getting from it. It's like there's a world that's burning, and Flying Lotus is kind of making fun of it and enjoying it.
It's very cinematic.
Definitely.
And also the one with I don't know if I can't even remember if we've already talked about this one, but the one with Toro et Moi is I really like that one as well.
I didn't even know Tori Moore was on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
9
he
carats.
is. Yeah, 9 carats.
It's not a long song.
Oh, is he? Yeah, that's who. I was wondering who like the feature was in 9 carats because like Tori Moore kind of sounds British when he says some of the things.
Yeah. I was gonna.
I thought it was going to be someone like the Slow Tie was on this, so I was like, what?
No.
I don't know. But
Although that would be crazy.
That would
yeah.
be Tyler and on a Tyler album and a Flylo album. He's really making his way around, even though he isn't on it. I'm just speculating, but that would be good.
But yeah, no, Tori Moore was great on that.
Yeah, he was.
I think he really makes that song as well. If he wasn't on the song, I wouldn't like it as much because I didn't think it was that strong a track. But
Yeah,
no,
I
I
think
definitely preferred-
apart from probably the Anson Pack one, the feature
Oh my
ones
God.
were a bit more stripped back. But that one, I mean, that especially
The
much
production
going
on that one was amazing. Ridiculous.
Definitely. But yeah, this is
So-
definitely like this is one to come back to. It's a fever dream and
Hell
like
yeah.
a true artistic endeavor through and through.
I don't know who he got to do the sort of not metal, but the electric guitar. And I always thought they sounded real good. And
Yeah.
I've never heard him use those before. It was probably only on More and Thank You Malcolm. But
Yeah, some of it
definitely
was
remember
actually
them
quite
being on.
rocky.
Mm.
Like bits of it, not.
But
not
it
a lot
all
of it.
worked.
Yeah,
Definitely. Yeah.
it all
And it all
came
goes
together.
back to what you were saying about there being so much going on constantly.
Yeah.
Just like you got loads of drums and synths and bass and maybe electric guitar as well, or multiple bass lines and synth lines.
I think this is one of his more accessible albums as well. I think with all the features and the songs being generally of like 2-3 minutes long, like normal length, I reckon like anyone could get into this.
Also,
Where it's on a
Although
like-
it's super long.
going back to like the what you were saying about loads of stuff going on. Is it Takashi? Is it called that song?
yeah.
Free
Yeah,
Takashi.
That is like a perfect example of that because it's just that it just gets more and there's like more and more instrumentation and it all turns into like a whirlwind of random what do you even say? I don't know, but it gets more and more intense as it goes on, but then it still
definitely.
works.
And you get these moments of like levity almost, like this like moment you get breaks from it, and then there's these great spoken word pieces.
Yeah.
Like
And
the fire is coming, like god damn. I really like that track.
Yeah,
I love it when it actually turns into the song from the spoken word piece. It's just it turns into one of the best songs in the whole album with this very deep bass, these chaotic beats, and this constant, like, ever ramping tension. It's really, really good. And it just feels like the world is ending. I
really didn't know what to think when the singles dropped because we had The Fire Is Coming. Then
I really didn't.
The one with Little Dragon and Takashi came out.
Yeah.
Then More, which was different to all of those, and then the Black Balloon reprise.
But actually, it all worked.
What the hell?
Yeah, they all came together so well.
Yeah, I'm very happy.
That's a lot. Me too. I'm giving it a 9.
Bro,
I will give it a solid 8.
I mean, I've already got the physical, so I'm gonna give it a 9 as well.
Yeah, I want to get the vinyl. It's definitely worth it. It's. I mean, you get bang for your buck.
Man, if you haven't got at least one record with Thundercat on it, you're playing yourself.
Very good point.
It's the perfect album for a vinyl.
Oh,
and you don't get a lot of albums that come out nowadays that are good for vinyl. So,
besides, actually, I think this year's been pretty damn good so far.
Well, yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's true. Actually,
yeah.
Eagle would probably be a good one for vinyl as well, I reckon.
And When I Get Home, this,
yep.
And no, it's just a lot. Yeah. Okay, it's a great album, and like I highly recommend you listen to it. I think it's one of the best albums we reviewed this year. It's up there with like When I Get Home and Thank You Next.
And you don't get a Flying Lotus album every day.
It's surprising. It's one of our best reviewed albums.
Hey, I'm not
Thank You
judging.
Next was
I love
great.
that album. I love that album.
I think it was
one of the album of the year material.
It was one of the first episodes where we had like a 9 and an 8 together. Yeah. Okay, now we're going to talk about Apollo 21 by Steve Lacy.
Oh,
yeah. It's not Apollo 11, Tom.
No, not Apollo 11.
That's what I thought it was.
Read Roman numerals. Well, I just thought Apollo 11 makes more sense because it was a real spaceship. Apollo 21. I don't really know why it's called Apollo 21, but perhaps we'll find out. Maybe Steve Lacy's 21.
Yeah. Maybe he is. Yeah,
I think he
actually is.
Yeah, I think he is.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was like 17 when he did like the first stuff with the internet or something.
Yeah, he's young. I mean, he's literally just turned 21, I think.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
So yeah, he's mad.
It's
only if we were as good as Steve Lacy.
If only.
Steve Lacy's been putting his own stuff out there for a while since like the internet's first album. He's been putting up.
He wasn't on any internet albums before the last two.
No, he was. His first one was Ego Death, wasn't it?
Yeah, and he was only featured on like 2 songs.
Oh, sorry, I mean Ego Death. I forgot there was one before Ego Death. But yeah, he's what he'd do is he'd just like record his guitar on his iPhone and put like a drum sample over it and post it as an EP, and they're all on Spotify to listen to. I mean, that's online in general, and this is definitely like a successor spiritually to those EPs he was doing. I mean, his style's adapted, like, but it's still that kind of wholesome style where it's just like bedroom pop, and this is a very soulful and very playful project from Steve Lacy. It's listening to it a second time, it's really impressed me actually. I've really realized a bit more like what he's actually done. He's not only like stayed in the same vein of those bedroom pop EPs, but he's also like branched out, and there are some proper hip hop tracks on this, some proper funk tracks, some proper like jazzy tracks. There's a beautiful instrumental near the end. It's a very varied album, and I think it's a really strong debut album as well. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I liked a lot of the stuff here. I thought you could hear a lot of Prince influence on this album.
Mm-hmm. Yes, definitely. I was going to say that.
What do you guys think of the sitar on the opener?
The what?
Is it a sitar on the opener?
I don't know. It's
kind of an Eastern instrument on the opener.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, and it was giving me a big like I don't know if it was Beatles or like just a psychedelic rock influence.
Yeah, he definitely has that Prince, Jimi Hendrix, like Beatles, all that kind of vein going.
Eddie
on.
Hazel as well.
Yeah.
Oh my god, he does on which track is it? It's on like Love Too Fast near the end. He has this really really good solo, which it just sounds like it's straight from Eddie Hazel, and I'd say that he's definitely an influence of Steve Lacy's, and I thought that was great to hear. Honestly, like really,
I thought
really
the
good.
first two tracks were synced so well together that when I was listening to them for the first two times, I think
No, definitely.
I couldn't tell when the first one started and when the second one. No,
I
when
mean,
the
it
first one
was
ended and the second
the
one started.
second one was 9 minutes, and the first one's like
Yeah.
only a minute and a half, so it's basically one big
And
song,
the
really.
second one has 4 beat switches.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought
the first two
the
are
second
so
was 4 songs.
thematically linked.
And then the
as well.
last bit's just like a minute of silence, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Um,
He does have I know he has bits of silence in the track, but they don't go on for too long.
No, I think it comes out like it goes from this like catchy hook, like a hip hop track, into a jazzy track, into another like hip hoppy track, into another jazzy track. And I mean,
Yeah.
this opener with this sitar or whatever the instrument is over this really simple beat, like a metronome or something. I thought that was really nice, like callback to his like earlier EPs, which are pretty much that with guitar.
Yeah.
That's a really nice callback.
Yeah, I like the bass and Steve singing on this song.
Which one?
Yeah, definitely.
The opener, Only If.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like I love that hook. I thought it was really strong singing.
Brilliant. The guitar playing on this album is amazing. I love it.
Yeah, me too. And all the guitars have this they sound so bright and vibrant. There's so much depth to them.
Yeah, definitely.
It's really nice. It's not just the guitar. There's more to the sound. They've done stuff with the EQ. They've really tried to make it more of a character on its own. It's not just Steve. It's Steve and his guitars. And
Yeah,
that's
it's
great.
definitely his own vibe.
Yeah, big time.
That.
And there's some big indie influences on this as well, like on Playground. Playground is these like, amazing feel-good vibes. This like really good chorus. It just reminds me of childhood and summer. It has this beautiful vibe to it. I loved it. And when the synth comes in, it takes on this thicker like body to it. It's really strong. Like I am very impressed.
Isn't it, that song?
Yeah, I'm really impressed by this whole thing. To be honest, I wasn't expecting this. Both of these projects when I saw like the album covers and like I kind of checked out the singles, I was like, I don't know. I was really hoping Flamagra wasn't going to be like a very long, boring album, and had a bad feeling that Apollo 21 was going to feel like overloaded and like I don't know, drawn out. But no, they're both really, really well done, very well produced, very well like edited. They're solid projects. There's
I didn't really like the first bit of Like Me, but then Daisy came in, that was good.
You know,
and the second beat, the beat switch to when it goes more dreamy, that was my favourite bit.
Definitely. I mean, it's okay if you don't like the first bit because there's 3 other parts of Like Me to like.
Playground was one of the singles I didn't really know what to make of, but I liked it more in the album, yeah.
Well, it's funny because the first time I listened to the album, I didn't actually really think much of it. I thought it was okay, but I thought, oh, this is kind of, it's just kind of the same thing he's been doing the whole time. But then I listened to it properly the second time, and I realised it is actually there's a lot more depth to it than I originally thought there was.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly.
Although I always thought the chords were great.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah.
There's so many lovely jazz chords.
Basement Jack was a weird one. It was a lot quieter.
Yeah, but as like a hip hop track, I think it works well with this. As a very good drum sound on it, and then there's this line like "Touch me on my waist" or "I've been out the basement." I don't even know what it was going on about. At the basement, it was like going out somewhere, like coming out of your shell or something.
This album is very coming out in terms of sexuality and coming out in terms of just being yourself as well. Like that's what I like about it as well. It's very like you know, it's got a very be yourself vibe about it when you listen to his lyrics. And he doesn't make it like corny either. He makes it kind of a he just does it well, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah.
No, I agree entirely on that. And then there's a great rolling bass line on Guide. Yeah.
Oh yeah. That was an amazing bass line.
And I just wasn't sure if that was the actual name of the song. Yeah. And then there's one like Lay Me Down. I didn't really have much to say about that besides just the solo. I think the solo really stole the show. Other than that, it felt a bit redundant.
It felt a bit
well
short,
produced.
I thought
I thought it was a bit long. Like,
what was that? Oh, maybe I'm thinking of a different track.
No. It might just be like I just think it didn't really go anywhere. So it kind of like. But HCD after that is this great crisscross of soul and indie. It's very interesting sonically with these really good drums, and this LP is like a mixture of indie, jazz, funk, and hip hop, and I like that. It's not just as you say, he's kind of making his own sound.
Yeah, definitely.
And he's definitely like putting himself out there more.
What's similar to Flamagra as well, like both albums, they managed.
Oh, Tom's gone.
Oh
no.
Oh yeah, no, he has. Where has he gone?
I'll try and get him back.
I'll try and find him.
Don't worry, I'm managing. Should be fine. Keep talking, Connor. Don't worry.
Okay. Yeah. No. What was I talking about again? Oh yeah. So like the similarities between Flamagra and the new Steve Lacy album is that they managed to mesh so many different kind of genres of music or styles, and they do it in a way where they don't make it doesn't feel like a mess. They make it feel very coordinated and, you know, well done. So
yeah. It appears that Tom's been got by the Egyptian special forces. So he's not going to be joining us. His last words, as far as I know, before he was taken by them, were that he loved In Lust We Trust, and he would like to give the album a 7.
Oh, okay. Well, we're glad to hear that. Should we wrap it up as well? Should we?
Yeah, we should wrap it up, I think. A Madness Interlude. I've gone on about this track like quite a bit. I really love how I just think it's so beautiful. It has this like really lovely violin, which is just soaring in between these vibrant jazz chords. It was a very blessed track.
Definitely,
I love it.
Yeah. And also the final track I loved as well. It was a completely different vibe to the rest of the album.
Inside?
No. Inside was amazing, but the outro, I think it's just called Outro, isn't it? But it's kind of like a trappy hip hop song, but also with his own vibe to it. But yeah, no. So overall, it was I thought it was a brilliant album.
I was really impressed by it, especially for it being like a debut album. It was more than I was expecting. Like, not true to Steve Lacy. But it's a really nice surprise. I'm really glad that
it was good stuff.
That's out. Okay, what are you going to rate it?
I'm going to give it an 8. As well as Flamagra.
I'm going to give it. I think I'm in between a 7 and an 8. I'm unsure. I think it's on the cusp of an 8. It's definitely better than a 7. It's somewhere in between. And this has been a really strong week. I've been Tim, and you've been Berger.
I've been Berger and Connor at the same time.
And we will see you next week.